Amid surging interest rates and inflation, many Americans turning to their credit cards to make ends meet. And in fact, U.S. credit card debt reached $1 trillion for the first time on record, according to new numbers. As the payment option grows in popularity, we wanted to break down some of the biggest mistakes to avoid making. So joining us in studio is local financial planner Adam Powell from the Retirement Solution. Adam, thanks for being with us.
Great to be here. Thank you.
We mentioned this just a little bit, but how can the cost of living play a role in credit card debt?
Well, the cost of living is only going up and up and up, right? I mean, even on the news, we hear about inflation going up. And so the prices of everyday goods are getting higher and higher. And we're finding more Americans are putting more of their daily needs on credit cards.
Well, and there are 4 mistakes that you talk about advising credit card holders to avoid making. The first misstep has to do with minimum payments. Tell me more.
It can seem like a really attractive thing to do. You see on your statement this minimum payment, much better than the actual payment. And you think to yourself, boy, if I want to make ends meet, I'm just going to make that minimum payment. But please be aware, if you make only the minimum payment, you're never going to get ahead and pay off that credit card because the interest rate grows exponentially. And you'll never catch up. So while you might need to do it for a month or two, please avoid doing it for the long term.
And then we also want to talk about missing payments. What happens when people do that?
Yeah, another attractive thing, right? Something comes up, you're like, okay, maybe I'll make 2 payments next month, I'll get caught up. But missing a payment can be really detrimental to your credit history, as well as getting future potential loans. And again, remember that interest rate, they're averaging now about 20% per credit card. And so when you miss that payment, it just means more interest and you're falling further behind.
Oh, man. And I know that people fall back on this because inflation has been such a big deal. When you work with your clients, I mean, what's kind of the mentality behind using a credit card and what's it like working with people?
Yeah, I mean, the mentality behind using a credit card many times is like, I only get the points for the mileage, right? Or the 30 cents off my gasoline, whatever the case may be, right? And that is all well and good in the short term. But if you don't have a long-term plan and strategy, then you can easily fall behind or fall into some of the traps of these minimum payments, skipping a payment. And then when it comes to clients I work with, especially in retirement, it makes it extremely difficult for them to make ends meet when they receive their last paycheck they're ever going to receive in their life. And they're living on Social Security, maybe a pension, and IRAs.
So people who are about to retire who have credit card debt, what do you advise them to do?
I advise them to make that credit card payment or that debt one of the first things they pay off. So they can go into retirement with that not on their shoulders and not waking up every morning remembering they have that debt to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, so important. We also want to talk about carrying a high balance. What's the problem with that?
Well, again, not only the emotional problem with that, you're always thinking about it, but again, it affects your debt ratio when credit lenders are looking at you to give you another credit card, perhaps, that was a dangerous idea, or to get a loan for a car or for a home. If your ratio is too high, then you don't look quite as attractive and could possibly be denied.
We have like 30 seconds left. Tips, like, I don't know, mentality tips for people trying to get out of debt. How do they stay in budget to avoid that?
That's just it. You have to have a plan, right? If you don't have a plan, you don't have a plan at all. So you really develop a plan, a strategy of what things you're going to do to maybe avoid or look at your spending habits and what can you cut out to make ends meet possible. You might have to not go out to eat one night a week kind of a thing, right? But you have to make those choices so the end goal can be achieved.
Adam Powell with the Retirement Solution, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.